What's up, everybody? It's No Joe Coward coming at you live from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, in the Kingdom of Wonder, the heart of Southeast Asia. I've already made like 2 videos today. This is the last one I'm gonna do today. Let me just get to the damn point because I have to get going back to work soon. I have another fan here. His name is Anthony from Canada, and anyways, he sent me a couple emails about his experience as an ESL teacher. I'm not really going to read all about it. Basically, I just want to get to his questions. But Anthony, I do appreciate the email, sir. I'm interested in what you had to say, and thank you for wishing me luck in my fight. For those of y'all who don't know, I have a fight coming up in a couple weeks here. It's a kickboxing match. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna knock his ass out. That's just what's gonna happen. Anyways, enough peacocking. Yeah, basically, he just wants to know, like, if he can get a job teaching English here, but more for, like, a smaller group of people. He doesn't really want to teach for some big-ass school, which is understandable. I don't either. But based on his education, he has a lot of experience teaching English. And, he's an educated man. He's a smart guy, got lots of experience. He's a native speaker and all that. Yeah, what I would suggest to you, Anthony, is if you really want to do that, start your own tutoring business. It's super easy to do. You can get business cards made, make flyers and shit. You're an older, I don't want to call you old, sorry. You're a seasoned man who is a native speaker of the English language, and, you got plenty of experience, so plenty of parents would be thrilled to have you as their child's teacher, and like the thing to do would be to have like a tutoring session. It could be maybe at somebody's house. It could be probably not in your studio apartment, but it could be at any certain location, and you could have 5 to 10 people there. They each got to pay you $5 a day or whatever, some shit like that. Or you could try to teach for a private institution, but request that you only teach small classes. There's a shitload of schools here in Phnom Penh, man. There's countless options. So I wouldn't stress out about that too much, about getting a job. I mean, I don't have a definitive answer for you in terms of only teaching small groups, but you might have to start out at a school, and then you can build a clientele with your tutoring business. But if I were you, I would try to work towards working independently, not having to work for a school, and just having your own business going on. Because then you could set your own hours. You can you can teach in your style. You don't have to follow any kind of curriculum or whatever. Now, in terms of you getting an apartment, he said that he wants a studio apartment for $150 a month or less. Well, if you watch my older videos, a lot of them were in my old studio apartment here in Phnom Penh. I always referred to it as my dirty-ass bedroom, and it was, but it was literally just a bedroom with a bathroom. I had a dresser and all that kind of stuff, and there was a shared kitchen on my floor. I had free Wi-Fi. It was kind of shitty, but I had free Wi-Fi. Paid $150 a month plus utilities, so like $175. If you want to go cheaper, it's absolutely doable. I don't know exactly where to go. I mean, there's so many apartments here, dude. So what I would do, Anthony, is I would come here, and you might have to stay in a guest house for a week. You might just have to do that. Because I can't just tell you exactly where to get an apartment. And I don't really remember exactly where my old apartment was in terms of me, actually, if you want, Anthony, if you really want, I think I could send you a Google map of where my old apartment building was, and you could go talk to that guy. I don't have his number or anything, but when you get here, you can go to that area and then check it out. Some cheaper areas to live are going to be away from the riverside, away from Independence Monument, away from Street 51, like Tutoring is cheap, BKK 1, 2, and 3 is cheap, Tokok is cheap. Any area outside of the city center obviously is going to be cheaper. You could for sure find a place for $100 a month. I don't know where specifically, but apartments are everywhere here. And if you just walk around on foot or get a motodop or a tuk-tuk or whatever, and you just call numbers, because on most apartment buildings they have like a for rent sign, and you know, you could find a cheap place. Another thing is checking out Facebook groups. They have like property for rent and for sale. They have like all these different Facebook groups here in Phnom Penh about finding apartments, and you just put your info on there. You'd be like, I'm Anthony, blah blah blah. Like, I'm an English teacher here, and I want this kind of I've got this kind of budget. Also, there's forums here on how to get teaching work. Like Phnom Penh Jobs Alert, English teachers in Cambodia group or whatever it's called. So I wouldn't stress out too much about it. You just have to come out here, and you might have to spend a week in a guest house before you can find a suitable apartment. And let me see, I think that's all he said to me. And then lastly, he mentioned in another email that he wanted me to talk real quickly about bar girls. There's another guy here. He has a channel called Beyond Borders. Is that it? Shit, hold on. Fuck, where is it? It's called Beyond Borders, and he's actually another guy here in Phnom Penh. I've seen some of his videos, and they're good. And apparently he met his girlfriend at a bar because she was what's called a bar girl. And for those of y'all who don't know what a bar girl is, it's a term for a young woman, typically attractive, that works in a bar girl, and they work for tips, and they have the perception of being like little whores. Like they just work in the bars, and they do it, they just do it for the money, and they try to get hooked up with some old like white guy to take all his money and shit. And look, granted, I'm sure a lot of them are that. I'm sure a lot of them are like do go out and fuck, like sell themselves. But is it because they're whores, or is it because they're that desperate for money? What a lot of people don't realize is that the average Cambodian here in Phnom Penh has to live in a room the size of this, which is not big at all. Like, it's literally maybe 12 feet by 12 feet, maybe 15 by 15 feet, if that. And it's like 8 fucking people living inside the room. So everybody's crammed together. And these people have regular jobs. Like, they work at bars, they're chefs. Some of them are public school teachers, police officers. So these people got to make ends meet. And, some of them work in bars, and they might sell their bodies for sex. But apparently this guy who has his channel called Beyond Borders, he met his girlfriend, because she was a bar girl, and apparently, like, she was supporting him, like, even when he had no money, and he was a recovering alcoholic and all that. And she wasn't all about the money. She's a human being, and she was about loving him and him loving her, and now they're more successful and they're happy and everything. But basically the idea is that these bar girls, while some of them are probably like legitimate like slutty whores, I think most of them are just human beings, and they just do it because they need to do it. They do it because they can do it, because they're young and hot and they can make the money. But don't disrespect these women. Like, don't disrespect these young women just because you think that they're a whore. That's pretty fucked up. And I actually got in contact with this guy from Beyond Borders today. I want to ask him if we can collaborate on videos. Maybe he'll respond, maybe he won't. I mean, either way, it's all good. But it'd be cool to like interview him and his girlfriend. This fan was suggesting that I interview him and his girlfriend and make a cool video on it. So, anyways, and he said that'll shut up some of the Western haters on Khmer 440. And if those of you who don't know what Khmer440.com is, or .org or whatever, it's this expat forum, and it's a lot of hateful expats. Like, they were giving me shit for a while because of my old videos. They don't really fuck with me anymore, but they were there for a couple months, and like, they were saying that I was the ignorant one, that I'm the hateful one, that I'm the dumbass douchebag. But there's really not much on this website that seems to be positive, especially when they talk about Cambodian people. They They make it seem like Cambodians are less than, that they're lower. I've got a video coming out soon called The Authentic Experience in Cambodia and Fucking Asshole Expats. And I talk a lot about people like that who have no respect for the local people here. And I kind of rant on that. But anyways, Anthony, sir, I really appreciate your emails, man. It was great, great stuff you said. I'm not going to read all of it because I really got to get going now. I mean, like I read it myself, but I'm not going to read it out loud. But yeah, Anthony, stay in touch with me, sir. You know who you are. Stay in touch with me. You know, when you come out here, if you know you need help finding a place, I could try to help you. It's not a guarantee, but I can try to shoot you in the right direction. Anybody else that's watching, shoot me emails, nojokestriking@gmail.com. Pleasure speaking to you guys. Subscribe to my channel. Please share my videos. You know, feel free to comment or whatever. And wish me luck on my fight coming up in 2 weeks. All right, guys? Peace.